What's going on, SGDQ? We are live from Minneapolis. I'm Brutal Mello, and I'm joined today by CovertMuffin. Covert, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so great to be here. I mean, it's tough for me because like the last time I was able to see you and hug you and hang out in person was like last summer. So it's awesome just having Summer Games Done Quick back here, especially in downtown Minneapolis. It's been an amazing event so far.
I know, it's been so fun, and I hope everybody else is having fun too, but we're here to talk about your run of Dark Forces, which, I know, right? Which should come up after X-Men, the arcade game, so stick around, tune in for that. Tell me about the original release of the game, Muffin, versus what you'll be playing on today.
Yeah, so the original release came out in 1995. It was on something known as the Jedi engine, and so funny thing is like Dark Forces gets typecasted as like a Doom clone, but actually development for Dark Forces started before Doom actually started development. So they made their own custom engine from scratch. It was really revolutionary for its time period. Like you can look up and down. They have moving things in the background and foreground, which is like very different from like what the other games like Wolfenstein and Doom were doing back then.
Right.
However, now, right, because we're no longer on DOS as an operating system, right, we're running Windows 10, Windows 11, and we would have to emulate the game through something known as DOS Box, which is a fantastic program, like nothing wrong with it. But in recent times, like about a year ago, Lucius, as well as a bunch of other fans of Dark Forces, made their own custom engine, which allows us to be able to play the game without emulation on a current operating system, which is massive. And there's a lot of other stuff that comes from that I'm really excited to showcase today.
Yeah, and I got to check it out for just a little bit. It was gorgeous. Like the colors were on point, the FPS was high, and I'm really excited to watch, you know, what essentially is like a remastered version of the game, is one kind of way to say it. Now, speaking of that, I'm sure new features have been added.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear about the accessibility. Okay. That's very important in games. And also the approachability as a speedrunner.
Yeah, for sure. So like since 2016, Ripship, a really good friend of mine, we actually had runs right next to each other. That was my first ever GDQ as well. He ended up running Dark Forces. That's the only time it's ever been on a stage like GDQ before. So I'm really, really proud to like do him honors. But that being said, like the approachability and accessibility has been like a massive thing. Like literally in the original game, you had to press page up and page down to look up or down.
That's ridiculous.
Like, it's so like the verticality of the camera is so important in a lot of like really precise like sequence breaks that we're going to be busting out, which we'll talk about definitely later. But like also like accessibility, right? There's so many like rebinding features, a lot of modernized controls, like binding scroll wheel, binding other stuff like that. Using a controller with the game, it's just like absolutely massive, right? Like, I mean, I grew up as a millennial, right? So like, I remember like using a joystick and like X-Wing as well as like TIE Fighter and like stuff like that. So using a modern controller is just like something that we don't have with like DOSBox and like the original game especially. So it's very cool in that way. And like other approachability stuff, quick save and quick load, right?
Yes.
So like resource management within the speedrun itself is like incredibly important. So if you run out of resources, the only way to get around that is like literally restarting the level. And that could cause us to lose minutes. So not only more marathon safe, but also a lot more beginner friendly, right? So like prospective speedrunners, maybe who have never speedrun before, it just makes the speedrun learning process a lot more approachable, which is, in my opinion, like really amazing. And I love that stuff.
Yeah. Now, real quick, I want to hear about an exciting piece of tech that the audience should be on the lookout for. And I know this comes up early in the run, so go ahead.
Yeah, so like even within the first few minutes of the run, we're going to be showcasing off the first like major sequence break in general. And these are going to be like various forms of explosive boosting. So like using grenades, which are called thermal detonators within the game. Basically, we wear our cloth pants and boots, and then we stick explosives under our body. And that sends us like high enough to be able to get some additional height. Because in this game, it's part of the Jedi Knight Dark Forces anthology, the first one of it. So if people have seen me speedrun before, maybe they've seen me done like Jedi Knight Academy. So this is the only game in the entire anthology where there are no force powers. There is no lightsaber. It is an FPS through and through. So like instead of using force powers to be able to build height, instead, we're just gonna use literal explosives under our body.
Yeah, and you know, so everybody's getting real excited for the run. I know I am. And we're also trying to raise $1 million for Bonus Game 6 Clone Hero tonight. Muffin and I, as hosts, are both super passionate about raising money for Doctors Without Borders, MSF. Let's hit that 1 million, but
let's go.
Do you hear that? I'm getting kind of...
What? Why am I? Oh, I'm just so. I need a Red Bull. Ugh.
for helping me make some time for this prize segment. Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Game and Shout. I'm here to talk to you about some of the amazing prizes that we have available through the end of Metroid Prime Remastered. Real quick, I just want to say how nice it is to share the stage with a couple of other members of the hosting team. Shout outs to all of the hosting team. I love you. It's great working with you, and yeah, just having a great time. So it's so nice to have the chance to chat with you all. All right. We've got a bunch of prizes available through the end of Metroid Prime Remastered. $20 donation gets you in for everything we've got in this prize block. Some fine examples include this Continue Cross Stitch from Megan Solo. Fantastic name, fantastic prize. I don't know if you can see in this, that blurring effect is because there's like 6 different colors of thread that are in this to create that sort of CRT blur that you get with a traditional television. Absolutely gorgeous piece, fantastic concept, well executed. Thank you so much, Megan Solo, for sending that one in. For a $15 minimum donation, you can get entered to win this crocheted Metroid, if I can figure out which camera I'm looking at. This one comes to us from Geeky Creations Crochet. You've seen our Yetis and chickens marveling at this up over on the prize set throughout the week. $15 donation gets you in to win this one. And from Iggy Zig, finder of fine prizes, we have this absolutely wonderful Super Nintendo controller exploded view print. Sort of looking at the entire teardown of the controller and all the components inside. I love this sort of technical, like, documentation feel to it. This is wonderful. $20 donation gets you in doing this, and all of the other prizes we have available in this block. Go to gamesdonequick.com to see everything that we have available through the end of Metroid Prime Remastered. We also have a new crop of day prizes, including my fluffy friend here, the life-size singing Jigglypuff from Calzer's Creations. This does actually sing and make sounds. I'm gonna have to charge the battery so that we can show that off to you. But if I can find the right camera, it's just a friend, and I love it. $50 donation gets you in to win this. Also gets you 1/5 of the way towards our grand prizes this event. Don't forget, $250 cumulative throughout the week gets you in to win the Heroic Replicas Bundle, the Edelgard Axe, and the Ivysaur. So, GamesDoneQuick.com. If you're on the website, click on the donate link up over there somewhere over Mello's head. That's gonna do it for us. I'm gonna send you back over to Squidzilla as we get ready for the next run, and I'll be back a little bit later to show you some more amazing prizes. Take care, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Game and Shout. We got $30 in from Pasa Please. That says, the part of the year I always wait. SGDQ staff and speedrunners, keep up the good work. Less than 3, love from Italy. Less than 3. And folks, we are still getting set up for our X-Men the Arcade game, which is going to be coming up next. Who's excited for the run? Yeah, let's go. Got $50 from JT that says, thank you. No, JT, thank you. $50 comes in from Crispy that says, thank you to GDQ and all the runners for their amazing work. All right, folks, I'm getting word that we are ready for the next run. Let's have a round of applause for Metroid Master and L-Rock 617 with X-Men the Arcade game.